Saint Germain. I think it's very important that we have an understanding of spiritual attachments. And my reason for that, because I believe that ignorance of the spirit world makes us very vulnerable. We succumb to many ailments and inadequacies of life. Spiritual attachments, when I mean that, I'm talking about spiritual parasites, spiritual transmitted diseases, meaning that energy carries a force. And sometimes these forces are of a negative nature. Wicked spirits or negative energies tend to be in dirty places. And what I'm about to do now is I'm going to name many of the places that most people can pick up spiritual attachments. For me, number one is the streets. Any place that's outside. I'm talking about a bathroom, a restroom inside of a gas station, anything on a block, on the side of the store, any place where dumpsters are, night bars, nightclubs, people full of lust. These are the places where spiritual attachments are abundant, and let me tell you why. Because we are multidimensional, we're sponges. So when you go and let's say you're with someone, you don't really know them, but yet y'all still have intercourse. You probably don't have no idea how many people they've been with, if they've been spiritually cleansed. So when you're dealing with them, you're still dealing with legions, because they are many. And each person can carry legions of spirits with them, rather good or bad. So by going into act of intercourse, your light, which is your sperm or whatever, is a transfer of your spirit, of your light. So these things are transmitted from each other spiritually. And of course, many people are not aware of that. Back in the game, we used to call it, oh man, he got turned out. And basically that means that the behavior of that woman was so highly promiscuous to where now he doesn't even think of intercourse in normal terms, and that becomes an abnormality of his reality. He finds himself doing things that are just super perverse because he's been with somebody spiritually that has had many partners. And this is reality. This is what really happens. This is not talking bad. This is just a reality. Dirty places. You pick up attachments. Another thing that you spend a lot of time is your vehicle. So it is very good to also keep your vehicle very clean. These places, you can cleanse them with frequencies and energies and different sounds, because a lot of this comes from sound and thought. So of course, spirit and mental activity, there's a thin line between them. And of course, many spirits are abundant. Spirits are everywhere. Our weekdays, our months, the calendars, everything is based on spiritual reality before this reality. So you can pick up these things. Cleansing, feng shui in the Asian culture, the practice of positioning certain things in a certain direction, because we are dealing with frequency energy. This is a spiritual world, and the illusion is all physical. Another thing that you pick up attachments, casting and throwing hexes, especially when the person has really done wrong and you're doing it out of a wrong reason. You get spiritual attachments. Obsessions, you get people obsessed with you and they cast spells. The only thing about that, the person that cast the spell ends up being in more trouble than the person that they were casting the spell on. So in Ancient Nine Mystery School, we learn more of how to defend ourselves against spells and incantations and things like that. because many people are not really knowledgeable enough to really control their spirits, especially if you conjure the wrong one from a Ouija board or something like that, or you pick up one from a graveyard, because spiritual hygiene is very, very important. So yeah, keep your car clean as well, because you're always in your car. And spirits inhabit everything. When you go to graveyards, take your shoes off before you enter your home. When you're dealing with these clubs, don't go in with that same energy, because energy is real. Clean your pillows. Wash your sheets. Cleanliness is next to godliness. And it says in the ancient scriptures that jinn, dark jinn, and all of those things, just like flies are on shit, bad spirits are on wicked people. Dealing with people that have drug addictions, because that's another way you get the strongest spiritual attachments, especially from narcotics, crack, ice, and all of these different drugs. You're inhaling the spirit, and it possesses your body. So therefore, when this person is under the influence of any of these type of drugs, that spirit is also going to enter you, because they're under the influence. The same thing with alcohol.